Welcome to Chasing Our Tips, Key to Victory, Round 5, Super Saturday and the Sunday Ticket. First up is the Eels versus the Dragons. The Eels have a lot to make up for after their pathetic 26 points to 12 loss to the Seagulls. Eels fullback Iongi started his NRL career on a high, but has really fallen apart in the last few weeks with massive high ball and defensive problems. The Zach Lomax playing in the centres experiment should be over and seen as a complete flop and should be back on the wing where he's a much more dangerous footballer. Dylan Brown and Penasini are weak links on the Eels' left-hand side defence. The Eels are $2.40 for the win, and Iongi try get $2.50. Dylan Brown's $3.75. Zach Lomax is $2.75. And if you think Penasini can get over, you get $2.90. Now for the Dragons. I was really impressed with the quality of the Dragons' scramble defence against the Storm, especially on their own line. I thought the Dragons got the rough end of the stick from the referee last week. Val Holmes still has the yips with his goal kicking, but still looks like the most dangerous Dragon every time he touches the football. I still have question marks on the Dragons' fitness, and if I was the Eels, I'd play fast and try and drown them in the deep water. The Dragons are $1.58 for a win, and Val Holmes is $2.50 to get a try. Game 2 on Super Saturday, the Titans versus the Dolphins. David Fifita is running into hot form, his fitness is starting to peak, he's whacking guys in defence and winning the ruck with quick play of the balls every time. Jojo Fifita's been named on the wing, and I hope he stays there. He's wasted in the centres. The adjustment the Titans have to make in attack this week is to stop turning the ball back on the inside to the same spot every time. The Titans are $1.53 for the win. A David Fifita tries $2.60, and if Jojo Fifita can get over 2 tries plus, he'll get $3.75. Now for the Dolphins. The Hammer owes everyone a big game this week because he hasn't got out of first gear all year. Herbie Farnsworth is playing like an extremely dangerous footballer and had the Broncos panicking with every touch last week. The big thing the Dolphins have to get right this week is their market defence. It was weak and got exposed by the Broncos last start. The Dolphins are $2.50 for the win. The Hammers $2.05 for a try. And if Herbie Farnsworth will get over, you can get $2.60. Game 3 on Super Saturday, the Broncos versus the Tigers. The Broncos' Katoni Staggs had a blinder against the Dolphins last week, and the Dolphins and Herbie Farnsworth threw everything they had at him, and he stopped them every time. I'm excited to see what he's going to produce against the Tigers. Reece Walsh is playing scared and lazy, and his effort in the second half against the Dolphins to run the ball over the sideline and avoid contact and made his boys tackle, they should have seen him drop to reserve grade. The Broncos are $1.17 for the win. Katoni Staggs get 2 tries plus is $5.50, and if Reece Walsh can turn everything around and get 2 tries plus, he'll get $3.75. Now for the Tigers. Fullback Dream Buller has a heap of talent, but got manhandled again by the Warriors last week. He's done nothing in the off-season to get bigger and stronger and fix the issue that's plagued him his whole career. Lockie Galvin has to run hard and straight every time and not run around in circles. Pole and Taruva are both in hot form and catching my eye. The Tigers are $5 for the win. A Dream Buller try get you $2.90. Lockie Galvin's $4.75. Pole's $8.50 for a try. If you think Taruva can get over, you get $2.25. Up next, game 1 on the Sunday ticket, the Seagulls versus the Storm. The Seagulls' Bullymore keeps revving up every week and busting straight through defensive lines, and is one of the most underrated players in the game. I'm really enjoying watching Jason Saab play for the Seagulls. Action happens all around him. I love watching him fly through the air and score long-range tries. Okoladu and Hopewadi are both top scored in Chasing Hard Tips player ratings against the Eels with an 8. The Seagulls are $2.55 for the win. A Bullymore try is $5.50. Jason Saab's $2 for a try. Okoladu is $3.10. If Hopewadi can get over, you get $2.50. Now for the Storm. They fell apart without Jerome Hughes last week. Their kicking game was way off, and they ran sideways all night. Hughes is a chance of playing, but if he doesn't, alarm bells should be ringing for the Storm after their diabolical performance against the Dragons without him. Harry Grant is the worst penalty milker in the game, and it's getting his team smashed. Real footballers don't need help from the ref. If Jerome Hughes doesn't play, the Storm's halves have to find their shape and power and attack because against the Dragons they had all the early ball and threw nothing at him. The Storm are $1.53 for the win, a Jerome Hughes try will get you $4 and Harry Grant's $2.75 for a try. Game 2 on the Sunday ticket, the Dogs versus the Knights. The Dogs' Jacob Preston really caught my eye with power carries on his edge, running at spaces and not faces. He terrorised the Sharks' Nico Hines all night and put his name up in lights for Origin selection. Blake Wilson and the Dogs' back five all had blinders against the Sharks with some great shots and hard running. The Dogs' left-hand side attack was sensational against the Sharks, led by Preston. The Dogs are $1.53 for the win. Jacob Preston to get a try is $2.90. And if you think Blake Wilson can get $2 plus, you'll get $4.50. Now for the Knights. Kalen Ponga is kidding himself and everyone else if he thinks he's a $2 million footballer. He only hits top gear and gives everything he's got every 6 weeks. And watching the Knights get flogged by the Titans with 10 minutes to go, Ponga was standing around joking and laughing with Titans players and it made my blood boil. Bradman Best is by far the most dangerous Knight. Jack Hogger is a massive weak link in the Knights' defensive line, especially when defending on his own goal line. The Knights are $2.50 for the win. Kalen Ponga is $2.75 for a try. Bradman Best, the most dangerous Knight, $3 for a try. Jack Hogger, the weak link in their defensive line, $6. That's it for Super Saturday and the Sunday ticket, and I'll see you all at full time.